Most people underestimate how difficult a move really is, especially when it involves helping your aging mom and dad downsize and move into senior living. And honestly, one wrong decision can save you a ton of time, money, and stress. So today, we're going to be talking with a moving company that sees these situations every single day. And we're going to find out what we really need to know to make a move like this as smooth and seamless as possible. Hi everyone, my name is Clay Martin with Clay Martin Homes at the Cutting Edge Realtors, and this is Colorado Springs Senior Living Resources. My goal with this channel is to connect you with some of the best senior living resources here in Colorado Springs. So if you are planning a move, a downsize, or a transition into senior living, make sure you watch this video and give us a call today so we can get you on the schedule. Today, I'm going to be talking with Tanya from Little Red Wagon Moving Company right here in Colorado Springs. Tanya, thank you so much for being here today. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
All right, sounds great.
Cool. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you all started Little Red Wagon.
So Little Red Wagon started in 2015, so we're 11 years old.
Okay.
This would be Vince's second moving company.
Okay.
He owned Crossroads Moving, sold it, and then did a few other businesses, but he's been self-employed for about 26 years.
Okay.
Little Red Wagon, he just had a love for moving, so he decided to start again. And how I came into the picture, I was working for a senior community, Bonaventure,
Okay.
at the front desk, and he just was a mover that came in and sparked a relationship, and we got married, and we'll be married 7 years this month.
I love it. I love it. Just a reminder for you guys. So Vince is her husband. He is out on a job site today, and Tanya is always doing outreach in the community, connecting with businesses and senior community, building relationship for those that need a reliable moving company. How did you and Vince come up with the name Little Red Wagon? I think it's such a cool name.
Well, that's an interesting story. Vince was trying to come up with a professional name for his moving company, and he was talking to his mom and dad. And his mother said, you ought to call it Little Red Wagon Moving. And it actually made Vince giggle because he thought, well, that's kind of a silly name. But what's great about that name is everyone can relate. Everyone can relate to having a red wagon, pulling their toys or whatever, their siblings in the wagon. And we started moving when we were children. So it was a great name.
I also had a Little Red Wagon. It was my favorite toy for, I can't tell you how long, but I literally took it everywhere. So when you say it's relatable, 100% relatable.
Exactly.
How long? You said 2015?
Yes.
How long you all have been in business?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. I was just going to say that we started with one truck and we're up to 5 now, and started with a couple employees, and now we have over a dozen. So
that's incredible. So in terms of moves, do you guys just do Colorado Springs in-state moves, or in the state of Colorado, or do you all do all over?
So no, we do the local moves, residential, commercial, obviously senior moves, but we also do long distance moving.
Okay. Yeah. And like long distance, like where's the farthest you guys have gone?
So the farthest, we've been to New York, we've been to Florida, we've been to Boston, all the way to Washington, Vancouver, Seattle, Florida. So all over the 48.
That's crazy.
Continental, yeah.
And you guys don't like partner with another moving company. So like if you all are say like a cross country or cross state move, you literally like Vance or one of these guys is driving the truck straight to the next home or the next wherever people are living.
Right. Okay. So our employees, mainly Vince, will stay with your belongings. We don't sub out to van lines. It is our moving trucks that move you across the state. Our guys load you and unload you, and so you don't have to worry about random people touching your belongings or having to store your belongings in, say, a warehouse. We give you a time that we're going to load and an exact day that we'll unload, and it's a very seamless process.
Okay, cool. What's the most common move type for you all? You said residential, commercial. Like what's like your number one type of move?
House to house is generally during the summer when the housing market picks up and people are moving. It's generally around children's, school schedule, and long distance. We move people because of a job, family, health, sometimes politics nowadays. But about 30% of our business comes from the senior community,
Okay.
and I think that validates the fact that we just do such a good job
Yeah,
and we're a trusted resource for seniors.
absolutely. So when you say you work with a lot of folks that are downsizing, do you all help with the downsizing, or do you all have resources that you can refer out to people to help with the downsizing piece?
When we go into a home to do an estimate, and we do in-home estimates, we don't like talking to people over the phone because there's factors that come into moving.
Okay.
As far as seniors, we'll go in and we'll see that seniors are going from, say, a 3,000 or 2,000 square foot home, and then they're moving into a senior community, and they need to downsize. They can't take everything with them.
Right.
And so we rely on our power partners to help us with the emotional, the financial, figuring out the floor plan. There's a lot that goes into it, and we rely on our partners to help us with the downsizing.
Okay.
We do the packing,
Okay.
we do the moving, and then our senior downsizing partners will help them figure out if their furniture is going to family,
Like a donation, or
donation,
yeah, estate
or
sale, that kind of
right,
stuff.
and
Okay.
then a estate sale, right,
Okay.
and then and even the garbage.
Yep.
So a lot of even in my own personal experience, I had to move my parents from their home to two different communities,
Okay.
and we had we donated, we sold, we gave family items,
Yep.
and then we had 7 15-yard roll-off dumpsters. My mom was a bit of a hoarder. She
That's a,
kept every newspaper from the 60s to the present day.
okay.
And so I had to sort through a lot of things that needed to be, and watching my family, my own parents, go through the emotional toll of having to give things away or let go of their home. That's where our downsizing partners are really good at supporting our seniors.
Absolutely. So this is a good time to mention, if you haven't already, go back and watch the first episode, which is a interview with a professional downsizer. They talk about what she's talking about, the emotional piece of a late in life transition, going from a home you've lived in for decades, accumulating stuff that you've accumulated over the years, and then having to part ways with it, and how we can generate the most amount of money for your belonging, minimize the stuff that goes into the trash, and generate the most amount of money we can from those things. And then the downsizer will help you get set up in your new home within a senior living community. And the good news is, not only can they help you move, but she has firsthand experience in helping mom and dad make that highly emotional transition. Tell us a little bit about the biggest mistakes you see when people move.
Well, so first off, when we go and do an estimate, we talk about what they want to do ahead of time.
Okay.
Um, we can provide boxes. We
Okay.
can provide all the necessary items prior to the move.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't plan
Far
ahead of
enough
time,
out.
far enough out. We can set the date for you. We can do the estimating, but people believe that they have enough time to pack, to get rid of items that they're not going to take to their next move, and they underestimate how long that takes.
Yeah.
And so we try to give them a good plan. Ways to save money when you're doing moving is to pack yourself, disassemble furniture if you can. But with seniors, that's usually not the case.
Right.
And so we obviously we provide packing services. We disassemble and reassemble all furniture. So, but that is one of the biggest mistakes, is underestimating the time it takes to get ready for a move.
Okay, so let's expand on that. In a perfect world, if you had to say so, and somebody was planning a move for a certain date, how far in advance should they reach out to schedule a consult and an estimate, and how much time should they allow themselves to prep and prepare for the move?
I would say a month.
Okay.
Depending on how big your home is, how much belongings you have, we'll just say on average a 3,000 square foot house.
Okay.
A month would be great, because you don't realize when you've been in your home for a while how much you've accumulated, how many dishes you have in your cabinets, what you have in your closets, bedding, towels, just getting all of that packed up takes time if you're doing it yourself.
Right.
Now, for seniors, we get calls a couple days before from our communities saying, "Hey, we need to move this senior to this location," and we will go in and pack. Now, our guys are professional packers,
Okay.
and they do this all the time. And what we do in that case, we'll do a prep day, a pack and prep day,
Okay.
and then a move day,
Okay.
so that it's seamless for our clients.
Okay. Cool. I love it. So a big part of my audience is seniors and their adult children that are about to navigate a senior downsize and a move.
Right.
With that, what challenges do you see come up most often in dealing with the senior clientele?
I would say communication
Okay.
is a big thing.
Okay.
Communicating with family members, with our clients, our seniors, and then the emotional toll
Okay.
that it takes with the seniors. Our guys are very gentle with our customers. They understand the challenge that they're going through. And so we try to support them and making good decisions. One of our other power partners is placement. A lot of seniors use placement companies that help them navigate the communities in the Springs in El Paso County and outward, and they help them figure out what place will be best for them, the size of their new apartment, the location, the amenities. And so that is another great resource for our senior communities, is going to one of those senior placement companies and just talk over their needs. And family members are key in that.
Okay.
Walking through communities, figuring out what's best for mom and dad, and then going forward.
Okay. Now's another chance for me to plug a video that's getting ready to drop later today, and that is with Care Patrol, a senior placement agency here in Colorado Springs.
Yep.
That does exactly what she's talking about, helping identify the next place to call home for mom and dad, and help you with getting situated in terms of what the room looks like, the dimension, what's going to fit and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely watch that video if you haven't already. It's going to be packed with valuable information. All right. What advice would you give an adult child helping mom and dad with their move or their transition from an emotional standpoint and from a logistics standpoint? Since you do both, you've helped your mom and dad do that, and
Right.
you offer the services for seniors.
Well, first off, I would say take a breath.
Okay.
This is a big change. You've been with your mom and dad in their home, you've grown up, you've moved out, but their emotional attachment to their home, their freedom. A lot of seniors lose their license. A lot of seniors, mobility, just going to the grocery store is a luxury.
Right.
And so when they are no longer able to, be independent, it's a big deal. And so talking to your friends and your family besides just your parents is a great idea. Talking to, like we talked about, the downsizers and the senior placement, they do this for a living. They
Okay.
understand the emotional, the stress that it causes. And as a child of moving my own parents, it was difficult watching just not just the decline, but the just understanding that this is an emotional experience.
Yep.
And giving grace.
Yep.
And my dad didn't want to move. He loved his independence, but when my mom had the diagnosis of Alzheimer's, it was really difficult for him to be in the house alone.
Yeah.
And so I looked at, Dad, look at the positives. You won't have to cook for yourself anymore. There's plenty of activities. You're going to meet new people and friends and be involved in all of what the senior community has to offer.
Okay.
And so looking at the positives instead of focusing on the negatives is a great resource or a great idea for children of family members that are being moved into a community. Focus on the positive.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's huge. Doing this, as much as we do it, helping
Mm-hmm.
seniors transition, the two words that come up the most for me are like emotional and isolation. So like you get people that are like isolated, even if they have their spouse, a lot of times they don't have like daily visitors and it's just the two of them. And also people don't like change. Like I know I don't like it.
No,
Well, I don't embrace it. I end up liking it, right?
right.
But the
Once
idea
you do
of
it.
it, it bothers me, right? And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing for a lot of these folks. Once they get into a community and they kind of give in and they start getting involved with the activities and they start
Right.
mingling with other people and they start socializing more than they have in the last decade or two, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
Well, and it adds longevity
Yep,
to their life. That
absolutely.
when you are lonely, even as the best child I could have been, I wasn't visiting my dad all the time. I wasn't spending a lot of time with him because we all work.
Yep.
And when you're in a social situation, you end up living longer and have a better life.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I want to point out right now is what she mentioned. There is a study recently where the average adult child lived 500 miles away from their aging mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And what we see a lot of is that they push pause on their life temporarily to come out and help mom and dad figure out whatever is going to happen next. This is not a quick process. It's not something where you just travel out for a 3-day weekend and you figure it all out. So
Mm-hmm.
this is very valuable to reach out to somebody like myself that has these connections with a moving company, with a senior placement agency, with a professional downsizer. And it allows me to put my project management hat on first, if you will, to help coordinate this stuff and keep you, the adult children, informed of what's happening, when it's happening, lets you be a part of the major decision making, but allows you to get back to your life as quickly as possible. And we want to try our best to make this as easy and seamless as possible for everybody involved. So give us a call if you guys need help with this transition for your mom and dad. Let's talk a little bit about what the process looks like. If you receive a phone call today,
Right.
what do you do next?
So I have a great manager. His name is Matt, and he receives all the phone calls from all of our customers. He's the one that sets up the estimate, and we always want to do an estimate.
Okay.
And that helps us figure out what needs to be moved and what the customer is in need of.
Okay.
So, including packing. A few of our communities, like have set times to move in, and knowing the community, because we work well with many of the communities here in Colorado Springs, we already know what their process is,
Okay.
and we can let our customers know how the moving process from their home to the community.
Okay.
Next, Matt would go to their home. That's when we would, if they haven't already hired a downsizer, we would suggest that.
Okay.
It's not necessary, but it is a big help.
Very helpful.
Right. We set a day for the move. If we are packing, which 90% of the time we are, if family members can't help, we pack one day, we do the prep, and then the next day we will do the load and unload.
Okay.
And while we are doing the load, we shrink, we pad, we protect our floors, doors of the customer's house, and so that when we put the items in our truck, they're completely protected.
Okay.
And if the customer did not hire a downsizer, they will let us know what items they're donating and what items need to be trashed.
Okay.
So, and we will take those items to donation for them.
Okay.
We will help them clear out their house if a downsizer is not involved. Now, a few of our downsizers that we work with have us donate the furniture. It's part of the plan.
Okay.
So we will do either.
Okay.
After loading and unloading, like I said earlier, we will reassemble furniture that we disassembled. We will put the furniture exactly where the customer wants it, and we'll get them set up. We do not, unfortunately, hang pictures, but a lot of our senior communities don't want you to.
Okay.
They do that. They will they'll put the TV up, they will hang the pictures, and the client will just say, hey, I want this picture in this room and the TV here. But our communities that we work with, they generally do that stuff.
Okay.
But we will take TVs off the wall. We will help with pictures. We wrap and pad every picture. And so you have a seamless move when you're moving with us.
Okay, cool. What about specialty items? Like I'd had one recently where somebody was really fixated on taking their grandfather clock to the community.
That's a great point. So there are specialty items like grandfather clocks. So our guys are trained to take out the pulleys and
Like the weights or
and the weights.
okay.
Yes, the pulley weights and actually, I can't remember what it's called, but
I don't know either, but I know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
So
The
they
inner
will
workings.
they will disassemble it, and especially items like pictures. If they have value, we'll crate them.
Okay.
We've moved so many shrunks. I cannot tell you how many shrunks we've moved, but they are specialty items. They're very heavy. There's some disassembly because there are multiple stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Mirrors are another one that's a big deal. Glass in curio cabinets,
Oh yeah.
packing, taking the glass out, wrapping and protecting the glass with cardboard. The same thing with the grandfather clock. We will wrap it with cardboard and then wrap it with pads and shrink wrap. And we're very, very careful with those specialty items.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. For folks that are watching, what can they do ahead of time to help make this process as efficient as possible?
We do suggest if you are able, whether this is a senior move or just a traditional house to house move or apartment to apartment, um, you can disassemble furniture.
Okay.
You can, even with seniors, we have them tag what they're taking
Okay.
and what they're not taking, what's donated. So we have them use Post-it notes, different colored Post-it notes.
Okay.
This is going to donation. This is going, so it's more seamless. The other thing is if, like I said, if you're able to pack, disassemble, those things are great. It will lower the cost of the move, but we
Okay.
are very affordable.
Okay.
And then having a plan with your family, your downsizer, your placement agency, the community you're moving in to. We like to call ahead of time and just find out, for instance, like Aberdeen Ridge.
Okay.
They have set times for move-ins,
Mhm.
and then they will communicate that with us.
Okay.
We picked up the new community on the north end, Legends, and so they have set times to move in. So all of those things make the move more seamless.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of folks that are watching, one of the main questions that comes up is how much does a professional moving company cost? Because a lot of people, they get family together, they rent a U-Haul, and
Right.
a lot of people don't know what a moving company costs. So how is pricing typically structured when it comes to a professional moving company like
Well,
you
for
all?
us, I can't speak for everyone, but for us, we have a two-man rate that includes our truck and our equipment,
Okay.
shrink wrap, and all of that. We do an hourly clock. We have a 2-hour minimum,
Okay.
and we start our clock from the time we leave our shop, which we are off of Woodman and I-25, so centrally located. We can get almost anywhere in 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then our guys will come in, we'll do a walkthrough. We will, you'll let us know what's going, what's not going. And the guys will start padding, loading, prepping the house, and loading the truck. We charge for the drive time going over to the new place that you're moving into, the unload. And at the end of the move, you're presented with a bill, including the time back to the shop. The great thing about our company versus others is that we don't charge gas. We don't charge a load fee. There is a company that charges per pad
Oh
to
wow.
wrap,
Okay.
charges for shrink wrap. And we try to make it just straightforward. This is our rate. So our current rate for a two-man crew is $165.
Okay.
And generally with seniors, depending on how much we're packing or how much we're removing, we do a 2 to 3 man crew.
Okay.
And so it's straightforward. We do bill on the quarter hours. So if it's 3 and 3 hours and 45 minutes, you're paying 3 hours and 45 minutes. We're
Cool.
not
I love
rounding
it.
up. We give you a fair deal.
Okay.
And we're completely transparent. Matt, when he does the estimates, he is very transparent on what it's going to be. The other thing, we have a provider in Denver that is a warehouse type deal where we buy our boxes at discount,
Okay.
and we don't mark our boxes up. So or tape or any of that stuff when we use it on the job. You
Okay.
pay what we pay.
Okay.
It's a lot less than like Lowe's and Home Depot.
Right.
So
I did have to go buy boxes from Ace Hardware the other day, and I was mind blown at how much a cardboard box costs.
oh yeah, yeah.
What are ways people can save money on a move? Is there really like anything that comes to mind?
Well, like I said earlier, packing ahead of time, prepping your house. A lot of times, and it's unfortunate, but sometimes people haven't had everything put away
Right.
or cleared off tables, and that does take time. Taking your lampshades off prior is
Okay.
a big deal. Because we can't just put your lamps in the truck with lampshades on it. Boxing those ahead of time is a way to save money. Disassembling furniture is a way to save money, or save time and money. And so those are the ways that you can, make it quicker and less expensive.
So really just doing all the prep work ahead of time before you and
Exactly.
your guys get there,
Yeah.
minimizing the amount of time that they're inside your house or inside the new house, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. The other thing, we are in Colorado, so we get snow, we get bad weather. So if you have snow on your driveway or your walk, having that cleared off helps us because we won't have to shovel it for you.
Okay.
But if that's not feasible, we will definitely take care of that.
Okay. I love it. All right, let's talk about red flags. What are some things that people can look out for when they hire a moving company?
Full transparency. Ask them, what am I being charged for?
Okay.
When it comes to boxes, supplies, their hourly rate, whether they charge for gas, mileage, any of those things. First off, make sure you know what you're paying for.
Okay.
Long distance is one of the things that we do, and we talked about that earlier, is we charge $8 per mile
Okay.
one way. So if you're moving to Tampa, Florida, we figure out the miles between Woodman and I-25 to Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Our costs, it may seem a little high, but our costs are for housing our guys in hotels
Okay.
on the way there and back.
Okay.
Gas, which is really high right now. We use diesel and some other factors. But there is no load fee. When you hire other companies, they do it by the weight. And it's a guesstimate. It's not a real number.
Okay.
They look at your house and they say, okay, we think it's 8,000 pounds. They go to the weigh station and say it's 2,000 pounds more. Then when they get to the unload, they charge you what you weren't expecting. And my price is my price. And we say, this is the price it's going to cost, and that's what you pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, yeah.
What separates a good moving company from a bad moving company?
I think it has to do with the culture.
Okay.
Culture of the moving company. I feel like our company, even though we're not franchised, it is Vince and I's company, my husband, we have a great culture. Our guys are not just our employees, they are family. When
Okay.
they treat our customers like family. I don't want any of our guys going into a house being grumpy, making the customer uncomfortable. And so the way we treat our guys is way our guys treat our customers.
Okay.
And so I think that's one thing that separates us from the rest. The other is knowledge. It's not for everyone. Not everyone can, lift furniture properly, treat customers well. And there are 80 moving companies listed in the state of Colorado.
Wow.
A third of them are licensed and insured.
Okay.
That's a red flag, something that you should be looking for. Your company that you hire should be able to produce all that information for you.
Okay.
And insurance and being licensed is a big deal. There are 3 licenses that we have. We have an MC, which allows us to cross country,
Okay.
the DOT, which is a Colorado license, and the PUC. If your company does not have all of those, then you should be concerned.
Okay.
And then ask about insurance. We have all our insurance and workman's comp, everything, and to protect our guys and to protect our customers.
Okay, cool. Story time. Do you have a story that comes to mind where Little Red Wagon jumped in and just really saved the day for a client that maybe got canceled on by another moving company, or it would just like an all hands on deck situation? Does anything come to mind?
Well, I have a couple of stories. That happens often throughout the summer. Someone's expecting a moving company or thought that they made an appointment with the moving company and it just didn't happen.
Okay.
We have done holidays for people that needed to move quickly cross country. We did a couple years ago, we did a move for a family that wanted to be in Florida by Christmas. And that was just, not something normal moving companies do, but we did. We actually, one of our biggest ones that stands out to me is there was a woman and her children that were in distress.
Okay.
And they needed to get out of Colorado while the husband was away.
Gotcha.
And so we were able to help them. We've also helped out Tri-Lakes Cares with customers that may not have the financial means to be able to move at the current moving costs. And so we've helped out those customers. Interesting enough, we had a client, a sweet lady that wanted to move from community to community.
Okay.
She moved 7 times. And
trying to find the right one.
Trying to find the right one, the right culture. And she was just dissatisfied until she found the last one. And she's passed away now, but
Okay.
she was a great client. She always called us back, knew that we were going to take care of her. And that was kind of fun.
That's wild. So 7-time repeat business. I love it.
7 times, yes.
Well, lastly, if folks want to learn more about Little Red Wagon Moving Company, where can they go to find you and how can they contact you?
Okay, so you obviously could go online, look up moving companies, look up Little Red Wagon Moving directly. We have great information on our website, including a video of Vince and I, our guys, and Matt talking to a client. And so you can see us firsthand in how we move. Also, our phone number is 719-499-6285. Feel free to call Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and we would love to help you. If it's after hours, you're welcome to leave a message, and Matt will get back with you the next day.
Cool. And I'll make sure to put all of their contact information in the description below. And that's it. Tanya, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love it.
Talking to all of you.
All right. If you're watching this and you or a loved one are planning a move here in Colorado Springs, especially if it involved downsizing and transitioning, I highly recommend that you reach out to Little Red Wagon Moving Company. I'll make sure to put all their information below so you can contact them directly. And lastly, if you found this information helpful, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below so you get notified the next time I drop a video. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.